I want to watch a video I saw with you guys the other day on TikTok that I thought when I saw the title and who was making the video, I was just going to get really triggered and angry just because I'm so sick and tired of people wanting everyone around them, the entire world, to adjust for their lifestyle. Now, don't get me wrong. We should be as inclusive as we can of people and different beliefs and different sizes and different personalities and all that stuff, right? But at some point, you need to draw a line. When that line is like, okay, the rest of the world is over here, this very small percentage of you is over there. So it's probably you guys that should adjust your lifestyle to fit in with everyone else, okay? That's just my thought process on it. I want to know what you guys think in the comment section down below, but the video I'm talking about is by this TikToker right here. Her name is J-Bay. She's a plus-size model. This is a large woman. I mean, we're pretty much in the same camera frame right now, and her arms and shoulders are barely in the frame. So I can understand why she might make videos about hotels being more plus-size inclusive, which that video did trigger me quite a bit, because she's basically calling for hotels to make their hallways wider, which is like, yeah, just change the structural integrity of the entire building for the less than 1% of people that are coming to your hotel and staying there. It's a little bit of a ridiculous one, but when I watched this video, again, I kind of felt like these people here, honest question, where is the line for the individual to demand everything to change for them, but no change can be demanded for the individual? And then this person, so you want the entire world to adjust to your large body instead of you adjusting to the majority of society. So this is kind of where I'm at, but we're going to watch and we're going to comment on each of these 10 things that restaurants can do. I'm really curious to see what you guys think down in that comment section below. So let's just jump right in.
If you've ever been uncomfortable in a restaurant because of your size, I know the struggle.
So first, let me just stop right there, dude. I know what it's like to be uncomfortable in a restaurant because of my size, because I'm not plus size and I'm not morbidly obese. Case in point, there's a Korean barbecue place that opened up right down the road from my house. My wife and I go there all the time, sometimes twice a week. It's $30 all you can eat, and the food is so freaking good. Wait staff is super nice. It's called Volcano. It's so good. Korean barbecue. And the one thing that I do not like about this place is that all of the tables are secured to the wall. Because why? Because they have propane lines going to the gas stove so that you can do the Korean barbecue. So it's the booths that move. And so if there's people sitting on the same booth, because the booth is like, here's the middle of the booth, and then you're sitting on this side, and then the other people are sitting on that side. So if there's a family sitting here and a family sitting there, that booth has to stay in the middle. If there's no one sitting behind you, you can slide that booth forward as much as you want to and be super close to the table as you're cooking and eating your food. Because remember, at a Korean barbecue place, you not only have the table where your food is, you also have the stove that's cooking all your food in the middle of that table. So it's even further away. And so sometimes we'll go when it's busy and there's people behind us and it feels like the food is 10 feet away. And I get so mad because I know that this restaurant is designed this way because in America, there's a lot of obese people and they want to accommodate that 1% that might come in and dine there and everyone else has to suffer. So just kind of want to throw out there that obviously she's making a case for plus size people. As a normal size person, I don't like being forced to deal with a situation that most of the time isn't going to be a problem in a restaurant to begin with. So let's keep going.
And that's why I'm making today's video. Today's video is all about how restaurants can be more size inclusive and accessible for people of all sizes and abilities. With this video, I hope to educate some restaurant owners so that they can make their restaurants more size inclusive and accessible. Here are my 10 solutions for how restaurants can create a more inclusive environment. Solution number 1, comfortable seating. Restaurants should provide spacious and sturdy chairs without armrests so that people of all sizes can dine comfortably.
So that I don't really disagree with, and I feel like most restaurants are already doing that anyways. A lot of restaurants I go to don't have armrests. I feel like it's kind of more like an old school thing, right? You see it a lot when you travel outside of the U.S., but for the most part in the U.S., this is already happening. So whatever, that's like a non-issue for me.
Solution number 2,
seats should
flexible
be
table arrangements. Offer adjustable table configurations with ample space in between so people in larger bodies can navigate everything comfortably.
So this is going to impact how many people that restaurant can have in order to make money. So this one I kind of have an issue with. Maybe there's like one small section the restaurant wants to use to accommodate plus size people, but at the end of the day, if the city gives them a certain capacity they're allowed to have, restaurants need to operate at that capacity so they can make enough money to pay their bills, to make the food and serve their customers, right? So this one, yeah, would it be nice to not have to squeeze through seats? Sure, but it's a non-issue for people like me who are normal size. And at the end of the day, again, the restaurant needs to make money. And if you're forcing them to have less tables, that's less money they're making, and that's going to impact what they're paying their employees and then, their business overall. So this is like an in-between one. It depends on the restaurant and how much room they have to accommodate everybody.
Solution number 3, accessible restrooms. Ensure restrooms are spacious and can comfortably accommodate plus-size individuals and those with disabilities.
So for restrooms, for the most part, I haven't really been to a restroom I've been uncomfortable in, except for when I travel outside the States. If you go to my wife loves going to Paris, for example. Like you'll go to some restaurants that are just like a walk-in diner type thing, and you ask for the restroom, and it's down a corridor that's like this wide, and then you go to the bathroom, and you can barely get in and close the door when you're my size. So that's probably going to be an issue outside the States, but I mean, in the United States, bathrooms are big. There's handicap stalls. There's usually arm bars to grab and things like that. So I think she might be talking about outside the U.S. Or, I mean, if you're in the city, again, in the city, you only have so much room, and you're not looking to give up valuable space where you can extend your kitchen or your dining room so that people can have an extra few feet in the bathroom, right?
Solution number 4, reservation flexibility. Allow guests to request seating preferences during the reservation process. This will allow people to choose seating that suits their needs. Solution number 5, provide key information.
So that one, I mean, it is what it's not a big deal. Like, hey, there's a bunch of us coming. We're all 500 pounds. Do you have seating for us? Not a big deal.
Information on your website. Provide key information like table configurations, seat dimensions, chair weight capacities, and more on your website where it's easily accessible.
So that one's not hard either. I mean, I probably look like a douchebag laughing. I just think it's funny. You have to put the structural integrity of your chairs and your seats. I mean, your chairs and your tables on your website. But it can be done, right? It can totally be done. And if you want to be accommodating to everybody, then go ahead and do it. It's not a big deal. It's not a problem to do that.
Solution number 6, ensure that your tables are not secured to the ground. Make sure they can be moved to make room for individuals who might need more space.
So in the Korean barbecue example, right, it has to be secured. It's the booths that are moving. But I will say, I do agree with her, because when my wife and I go out to eat, sometimes we like to pull the table really close and then be able to push it away when we leave or have to go to the bathroom. So I don't really have a problem with that, honestly. As long as nobody's sitting on the other side of you, you can pull that table right in.
Solution number 7, offer more room in booth seating. Make sure that there's plenty of space to move around between the table and booth seat. This will ensure that people of various body sizes can sit there and be comfortable.
Again, most restaurants are already doing this anyway, so it's not a big deal.
Solution number 8, staff training. Train staff on what type of accommodations can help plus-size individuals have a better experience.
So, I mean, I don't really think you need to train your staff on how to accommodate plus-size individuals unless it's maybe to use a defibrillator or something like that. And that's not even me being a jerk, right? Like, obviously, if you're a plus size and you don't take care of your body, you could have some health issues and you could have a heart attack or go into cardiac arrest. So, yeah, maybe there should be training on those types of things or more training on those types of things. But as far as like a plus size person walks in the restaurant as an employee, I would just be like, okay, let me take you to this section where you'd be more comfortable. It's not a big deal. There's not much training needed.
Solution number 9, outdoor dining. If you've got an outdoor dining area, make sure you have some chairs without armrests. And opt for chairs that do not have metal grating. This is a small change that can create a more open and inclusive atmosphere.
So again, right, I think most restaurants are already doing this anyways because it is more comfortable to have chairs without armrests. However, though, it's outdoor seating, right? So depending on where the restaurant is, they're not looking to spend lots of money on their outdoor seating. They want it to look nice, but they also want to get things that are easy to replace if the elements are wearing them down. So it's a give and take. It depends on how much money the restaurant wants to spend.
Last but not least, solution 10, showcase photos. Consider showcasing photos of your typical seating and table setups on your website. It helps people plan ahead and sets the stage for a comfortable and welcoming dining experience. And these are just some of the ways that restaurants can become more...
So again, right, like most restaurants are already posting photos on, what the food looks like, what the dining room looks like, and things like that. Going back to her earlier point, asking for the structural integrity of the chairs and what kind of tables and what things are made of, yeah, they could post that if they wanted to. It's not a huge ask to do, right? But at the end of the day, and again, this is where I want to talk to you guys in the comment section. Like, a restaurant isn't just a place where you go to eat and it's just a fun experience for you. It's a business. Businesses need to make money to stay in business. And a business can't stay in business making as much money as they can if they're trying to make all of these changes to accommodate for the few plus size people that might walk through the door. And the changes that I'm talking about is, making their bathrooms bigger or taking, some tables out of their dining room so it's easier to walk through, because the less tables they have to dine on, the less money they're making during their peak hours because they want to fill as many tables as possible. And depending on the structure of the building, like, it is what it is when it comes to the bathrooms. Like, you're not opening a restaurant to have a luxurious bathroom. Some restaurants do, and those are a bit more expensive, right? They're fancier restaurants, but for the most case, it's like, yeah, this restaurant is made for us to deliver food to as many people as we can on the dining room floor. Sure, we have a bathroom. You better be a customer if you're going to go use it, right? But the goal isn't to just make everything super spacious. The goal is to conserve space so that they have enough room to do what their intended use is, which is serving customers food as much as they can to make as much money as they can. And I think that's really what the problem is for a lot of these demands that plus size people are making at like hotels and airplanes especially, right? Plus size people are like, oh, they should make airplane seating bigger. Well, it's like, I don't know how much you know about the airplane industry, but they're already making just barely enough money to survive anyways. And so now you're taking room away, which is less seats, which is less money per flight. Doesn't really work like that. A better solution is, okay, I'm sorry, you're the 1%. You're going to have to buy 2 seats if you need 2 seats to fit yourself on the plane. It sucks. It's more expensive, but it wasn't our decision that made you a plus size person. It was yours and your inability to stop shoveling food down your throat. And again, it's not saying that to sound insulting, although it is. It's just the truth of the matter. My goal since 2009 has been to teach fitness to the world. There are things that people can do no matter what their lifestyle is to take better care of themselves. And my goal has always been from the very beginning to help people live their healthiest life and their longest life. Okay? Living long and healthy are two very different things. I wouldn't want to be 90 years old with a broken down body, or even 60 years old with a broken down body. When I'm 60, I want to be able to still do pretty much all the stuff I'm doing right now at 39. So the only way we can get there and get there as a society that really cares about each other, like if you're a plus size person watching this, you might think, oh, well, Scott doesn't care about me to make some of these simple changes that can make my life better. It's like, well, no. I want to make your life better by making you healthier. That's my way of doing things because I think that's the right way, and that's where I draw the line. The line for me is I will be as accepting as I can of people and their situation and the way they think and the way they live their life up until a point. And for me, that point is health and the safety of others. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you're looking for a free workout program that you can do either at home or at the gym, I have loads of programs that you can choose from on my website, muscularstrength.com. As soon as you sign up, you get a free trial, so make sure you check it out. And as always, more good stuff coming soon. See you guys.